Right here.
Oh, I was drinking one earlier.
Nice. What's up, man? We're live.
What's going on, man? How you feeling after these 1 and 4 o'clock games?
Good, man. I called out a tournament lineup in our earlier live show, and that was the only one that didn't hit. I had 3 tournament lineups hit, and my cash lineup hit. So feeling good, man. Made some money, and hoping to get 2 dubs in fantasy.
I had the cash lineup hit over here too, so we're taking the family to Applebee's this week.
Yeah, taking the family Applebee's, man. It's
Going for
got to
the
be. It's got to be done.
all you can eat boneless wings.
I just want
It's easy
to.
money, man.
If the Crab Man is watching this, I just want him to hold this L right here. He could hold the L.
Oh no.
Yeah, because it's 110 to 109, and he's done, and I got 2 players left, so it's feels good. Feels good to be a winner.
Yeah, I was kind of all week. I was like feeling weird about Jaden Reed and Jameson Williams was like a guy who I wanted a piece of that. I knew everybody was going to score. We all knew everybody was going to score for Detroit. And
Everybody.
man, do I plug him in? I was like, no, I can't do it. And it turns out I could have plugged him in. 20 points. The Detroit line just go crazy.
Yeah, yeah. What sorry. What platform are you gonna look at these games off of? You're just gonna go off
I'm
ESPN
just on
scores?
ESPN right now. Like,
Okay, what's your
just kind of looking
first
at the
game?
scores and stuff.
What's the first game it's showing for you?
Jag Lions.
Okay, so it's got Ravens Steelers first for me. Well, let's kick it off with
That's
the
cool. You can
Jags
lead
and
it
the
off.
Lions. Okay, that's cool. That works. Yeah, the Ravens at Pittsburgh. You called for it. It happened. The Steelers with the win at home. I mean, it's a divisional game. It's at home. The Steelers are going to see the Ravens again in Baltimore. So if I had to guess, the Ravens would be more prepared and ready to win in Baltimore. But great call on the Steelers win. What's your takeaways from this game? Lamar Jackson obviously had a tough game, which I think it was time. You expected it to happen at some point, and this is probably the most likely scenario that it's going to happen against a tough opponent they can't beat. They just can't beat the Steelers.
Yeah, I think it only assured that like Pittsburgh is just one of those teams that's going to be there in the end. I think they can beat Buffalo. I mean, they just beat Baltimore. If they can beat Baltimore, they can beat anybody. And Russell Wilson's efficient. They got a nice ground and pound, and with Warren, who's a nice change of pace back. George Pickens going off.
Yeah, I wouldn't say George Pickens went off. I wouldn't say anybody on that team went off except for my man Chris Boswell, who was the only person to score points in the entire game for the Steelers.
He might be the best player on the team.
Six
Him and
six
TJ
field
Watt.
goals. 6 field goals. Dub.
Yeah, it was nice. George Pickens had a good day. He had a
He
good day.
did.
It wasn't
He did.
overwhelming, but he did
From
good.
7 for 70.
Yeah, I
or
think
something.
what are they 8-2 now? Pittsburgh.
Yeah, 8-2 or 8-3. They're 8-2. Yeah, they already had their bye week, so yeah, 8-2.
Yeah, they're looking good. I mean, well coached team. They play physical in the line of scrimmage. TJ Watt, did you see the hit on Derrick Henry that he laid? Oh man, it was
Yes,
like
I did.
dude,
Yes, I did. It's
TJ Watt
it's
laid some
insane,
wood
man.
on Derrick Henry.
it's insane, and Mike Tomlin, dude, he does it again. Mike Tomlin does it again. Justin Fields almost botched it with the slide late in the game to give.
I know. Did you see that? It was like he clearly could have got it if he just dove. Or just
I
kept
think
on going and slid a little later.
my biggest takeaway from this game is that Justin Tucker is done. He's
It looks
slowly.
terrible.
He's lost him this game single handedly. He missed 2 field goals and lost him this game.
Yep. Yep.
They would have won the
And
game.
I know the Baltimore fans don't want to face it, but he seems to be dust.
Field goals don't win you games unless your field goal kicker's hitting them and the other team's isn't. He missed
Yeah,
2.
and that's what
One was
happened
from
in that game.
41 and one was from 50. That's layups for Justin Tucker.
I know. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Derrick Henry had a pretty decent game. Lamar Jackson. I mean, we talked about it. I was nervous about both those players coming in. What was the stat line for Zay Flowers? He got in the end zone?
He did get in the end zone. He had a big drop on that drive, but he ended up getting in the end zone. I can pull up the box
Oh,
score
I know.
right
Hit
here.
him right in the chest. Yeah.
That was hard to watch. Zay Flowers was 2 for 39 and a touchdown. Isaiah Likely, the leading receiver, 4 for 75. Not good. I mean, it's just not good. The defense, they got out schemed, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, that's one of those games that we knew was going to be tough. We knew it was.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's
But it
go
was
on to
fun, man. It was
yeah,
fun.
Jacksonville and Detroit. I mean, we knew. We
We all
knew.
wanted, we all wanted to be some pie. We
We
knew.
knew. We knew what was happening here. You
I
play
mean, that's why
Monty.
we plugged
You play
in
the running backs. You play Jared
Monty and
Goff. You
Gibbs
play Amon
in.
Ra. Whenever you say that they're 14-point favorites and they're at home and it's against a backup quarterback with backup receivers, what do you think's going to happen?
They're going to cover the spread.
They're going to cover the spread.
That's what,
Give me Detroit to
that's
cover.
what I said take Detroit to cover here, and they went in and looked like they should have looked. Mac
Detroit.
Jones is horrible. Brian Thomas Jr. was kind of playable.
It was all right. I think
He
it was
did
like
okay.
7 for 70. Let's pull this up. We have the
Yeah,
box
I think
score
he
right
hit
here.
80.
Brian Thomas Jr. was 5 for 82. Sorry, 5 for 82. So very good game from him. No
That's
touchdown, but nobody else had one either.
he didn't win you your week, but he didn't lose you your week either.
Yeah, for sure. I think the Lions need to slow the roll though. They left their starters in until like late into the fourth quarter. It's great for my DFS lineup. Not great for real football.
Oh yeah.
It's a very
Yeah.
bold and dangerous decision to do that.
Yeah. You do not want to lose any of those guys. I mean, all those guys are, help open up the pass for each other, and you definitely don't want to see Amon Ra go down when you're up like by 30 or 40 points. Like, what are we doing? Let's give these guys a break.
Yeah, for sure. We called for Brock Wright with the dart throw in DFS. He got a touchdown.
Yeah, it was nice.
It's doable, But yeah, I mean, we knew what was going to happen in this game, and it happened. So, what more is there to say, really? The Rams in New England, close one. It was a very doable game, man.
Close one. I mean, I ain't gonna say I wasn't excited to see Cooper Kupp get loose because I got him in fantasy, but I mean, Drake May's doing all he can. The defense is soft, and the team's competitive. They're in these games. They've been to overtime twice and lost, and they've had some close games. They're missing some key star players. They just don't have those players that can change the games and really win games. But yeah, I think Puka got in the end zone with a great catch, the diving catch on the corner of the end zone there. That was an amazing catch. He played well. I mean, Kupp with 2 touchdowns. What was Kyron's stat line? I didn't get a good look at him. He got in the end zone, right?
He did not get in the end zone. He was 15 for 86, and let's see what his receiving line was. He did not catch a single pass.
Really?
Yeah, no targets. No targets in this game, no touchdowns.
Dang, that's kind of surprising.
He used to be one of those guys that you could always target. I don't know, or target for a for sure touchdown, but the mighty fall.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was an interesting game.
But Matt Stafford, he looked good. 4 touchdowns. I mean, what more can you ask for out of your quarterback other than 4 touchdowns and 0 picks?
Yeah, we talked about in the show earlier tonight. We were kind of talking about how or earlier this morning how Stafford just doesn't throw touchdowns. He accumulates all these yards and can never usually Kyron soaks them up. But here lately, I mean, his receivers are finishing for him, and Colby Parkinson even got in on the action, didn't he?
He did, yeah. 2 to Cooper Kupp, 1 to Puka, and 1 to Colby Parkinson.
Oh wow, yeah, he looked great out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the Rams can make it to the playoffs.
I mean, they're on track with the 49ers losing. I think that division is wide open.
Yeah, definitely. Be very interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah, let's actually look at the rankings of that division. Yeah, we got the Cardinals at 6-4, the Rams at 5-5, the 49ers at 5-5, and the Seahawks at 5-5. So
what happened to the 49ers today? I feel like this was one that they were gonna easily win, but
there was
they
a lot
just
of
can't
drives,
seem to get it going.
a lot of great drives that ended in field goals. Man, we'll get to that game, but Wow. The Saints at home, dominant against the Browns. What happened?
Yeah,
What
we
happened to
actually
the
picked
Browns
this one
defense?
wrong. Yeah, we picked this
Jameis
one wrong.
Winston,
I thought the Browns would win.
Jameis Winston, 395, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. What's the defense
I
doing?
feel like I know. Jerry Judy. Did you see the Jerry Judy stat line?
He balled out. It was like 200 yards. He had
He had one like
142 and a
80-yard
touchdown.
catch for a touchdown.
142 and a touchdown. Elijah Moore, 66
Yeah,
and a touchdown. I mean, Jameis did all he could, but you let Marcos Valdez-Scantling score, and you have a problem. Taysom Hill had 3 touchdowns. He can't keep getting away with this.
I mean, I felt like it was like crazy to chase the points in DFS, but I didn't feel
Should have
like
left him in.
he's not going to get less work with what he did last week when they have nobody anyway. I mean, you got to play him.
He did get less work. He had 2 catches for less touchdowns.
It's still scored. Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, whenever I
That's
saw
crazy.
that, I was upset, but not as upset as whenever I saw the Taysom Hill 75-yard rushing touchdown.
Oh my gosh! I bet
He's
the guy
not a-
who's
he's
the
not a
maker.
tight
I
end,
wonder if he
man.
had Taysom Hill.
He's not a tight end. Oh, he had to. He probably had Taysom Hill and Jonnu Smith. He actually did. The guy in my lineup, in my tournament bracket, he had in first place was Jonnu Smith, Taysom Hill, Jared Goff, Amon Ra, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Detroit's defense, and like somebody else.
That's pretty solid though.
And then went 2 tight ends. I
Two
get
tight
it.
ends is crazy.
I get it.
could
That's
never
smart.
do that.
That's smart.
That's crazy. Yeah. Taysom Hill though, I mean, explosion. He had the explosion game. You caught it.
He did. He absolutely did. 3 touchdowns is. Yeah.
Alvin Kamara, he had a pretty
He
good
was
day,
okay.
right?
He was okay. 16 and 4 for 22 through the air, no touchdowns.
Okay, so a little underwhelming.
Not
for
bad.
him.
Not bad. It's a good floor for
The
him.
Saints have these like weird spike weeks.
Yeah, where they scored 35 points against the team that beat. Oh, come on, dude. What's going on? The NFL is beautiful. It's a beautiful sport.
Yeah, it changes every week. It's week to week, man.
Absolutely, man.
The worst team can be the best team sometimes. It's so strange.
The Colts and the Jets. 28-27. The Colts go out there and do it. Anthony Richardson looked really good today. I'm just gonna say
He did all right
He looked
today.
so good,
He
man.
did all right today.
he went out there
He was getting the ball.
272, 1 touchdown, but let's talk about 10 for 32 on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor Vulture. What's he doing, man? He's good.
Yeah, he got
3
vultured
touchdowns.
twice by Richardson. And it definitely is going to hit him. It's definitely going to be a problem. Like, just like, Hurts is for probably not as bad for him as Hurts is to Saquon, but it's definitely in that ballpark. I mean, they're going to
It
use
is.
quarterback powers, and they're going to get him outside and pull
I
guards.
think it's worse.
And try to get,
It's worse for Jonathan Taylor because Anthony Richardson scored from like the 5 and the 4.
That's fair.
So,
But I don't
but
know.
it could be worse.
It
could
definitely
be
hurts.
worse.
I mean, Jonathan Taylor, the volume's there. There's going to be games like that. It's definitely worse that he's in the office. We definitely want Flacco there, but Flacco had his chance. He blew it.
He did.
But Josh Downs, I think, was
Downs.
the biggest takeaway from this game because
He's safe.
Josh Downs was safe with Flacco. We loved him with Flacco, and then this game, he's showing out every week. I think he's a
5.
high-end wide receiver too, the rest of the season.
5 for 84 and a touchdown. Wish I had him. I had him last year
Me
in the
too.
rookie breakout, and wish I had him. But I don't. But it's okay because I still called the upset, man. I love to see Aaron Rodgers lose. Is that a bad thing? Is that the NFC?
No, because he's just a little whiny little baby out there. It's the bitter beer face. It's the when something doesn't go their way. It's the sideline camera looks like he's in the office. Jim from the office just giving these dweezels around me and take. You know what I'm saying? It's annoying.
It's never his fault.
It's never his fault.
Yeah, it's never
Never
his
his fault.
fault. And man, I mean, what more can you say? It was good to see Gigantor get a catch in this game. Brees Hall, excellent, excellent game. 16 for 78 on the ground, and a touchdown.
Of course, and we knew he would.
Seven
We
for
knew he would be good.
43
This
and a
was a great
touchdown.
matchup.
I know. I wish I put him in. I had him in so many lineups and took him out, which really hurts me. But it's okay because we made some money this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I love to see the Jets crumble. As soon as they get hope, it crumbles, and they think they have hope because the hope's coming back from the Achilles, and then it's crushed again. The coach
Yeah,
is fired. It's all doom and gloom in New York, and I'm a fan. I'm a
it is
fan.
doom and gloom. But the Vikings at Tennessee, we knew Tennessee wasn't going to be good. We knew it was going to
I
be
know
bad. We knew
fraud.
the defense was going to shut them down. Sam Darnold looked okay. Aaron Jones looked okay. It was just like
And
an
Darnold
okay
played
game.
great. I think he put what
247
two
and
passing
two,
and a
and,
rushing.
and had a rushing. Yeah, he had a quarterback sneak, but he had 8 carries for 18 yards, which is unheard of for Sam Darnold lately.
Yeah, that's surprising. A lot of attempts.
Yeah, Aaron
Yeah, I
Jones
think
15
I
for
went against him in
39.
both went against him in our family league and our money league, and kind of hurt me a little bit. I was like, God, man, it just sucks to have Jalen Hurts right here with 18, and then Sam Darnold, who's just been turning the ball over here lately so much. Put up 26 or 28, whatever the line was. But I mean, guess it was a good start. Vikings got back on track here.
Yeah, they did. Jordan Addison kind of showed out. He had 3 for
He got in the
61 and
end
a
zone.
touchdown. He did, yeah.
Yeah,
And who was the other one? Cam Akers with a receiving touchdown, which was good to see. I think Cam Akers is one of those guys you have to stash right now.
yeah, I think so too. Because I mean, Aaron Jones is kind of old in his career anyway. I mean, I was thinking that AJ Dillon was going to take over as a new guy back when he was in
Yeah, 2 years
Green
ago.
Bay, and I think he's like 31, 32. So his body could start to break down the more volume he gets, and maybe Cam Akers starts to establish a role in this offense. He's been playing pretty well for him. I mean,
Yeah,
definitely a
definitely.
stash.
Will Levis wasn't terrible today. I mean, 295 for one and a pick, but that's not going to win you a game, man. That's not going to win you a game. You had Westbrook Akine with the
Yeah,
uh, the sideline race to the end zone. He scored, but 2 for 117 and a touchdown. Calvin Ridley for 4 and 56. I mean, this offense is just not good. Tony Pollard 9 for
yeah.
15.
Calvin really cooling off a little bit here. Receivers do this all the time.
Yeah,
If he does it again, then I'm starting to worry. But I think Calvin Ridley next week. I don't know what the matchup is, but I think you can plug him in as your wide receiver three or high end wide receiver three. Probably, maybe we hope he can be a low end wide receiver two, but I don't know if we're there yet.
yeah, and as we expected, Tony Pollard was 9 for 15.
Yeah, we were really down on Pollard today.
Yeah, he had 2 catches for 14 yards. That's bad. That's a bad game. Wouldn't it be, I bet. Would you rather have Tony Pollard or Devon Achane for the rest of the season? Because I'll tell you, I would rather have.
Oh man, I did it. That's
That's
right.
right.
I did it.
Yeah, I don't think we have too much left to say in this game. I mean, the Vikings defense is legit, but I don't
Yeah,
think it. I mean, it had a
for
chance to
sure.
show this week, and it did. I mean, only 13 points allowed. It was a busted coverage for a touchdown, and the same thing for the Jags last week. They only gave up 7 points to them. So, but the Dolphins.
TJ Hawkinson TJ
Go ahead.
Hawkinson was a little underwhelming, despite the good performance from Sam Darnold. I thought.
Well, I kind of like I said earlier in the morning show. What do you expect? You don't need the tight end. You don't need the tight end in a game that's easy. You know.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
that theory
When the
was a
tight
little
end's not
debunked.
necessary, they're not going to use it.
Exactly, yeah. So that title was a little debunked with the Jonnu Smith game with the Dolphins at home, 34-19. It was some garbage time from the Raiders, but you wanted everybody here. I mean, that was my tournament lineup that hit the most. I had Jonnu and Tyreek Hill with 3 touchdowns paired with Tua, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, John with 50 something yard touchdown. I mean, we really we were big on John this week. I had him in the tournament lineup too. It hit great. I think it was like a $3 tournament hit for like $8 or something. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's great.
not bad.
That's
I mean,
good
at least
money.
you didn't lose money,
It's double.
but yeah, I mean, you called for it to be pretty similar to how it ended. I think I took the Raiders in the points, and the Raiders just, they just couldn't get it done. They don't really have anybody to get the other than Bowers and Myers. I mean, Bowers had a great game today.
Yeah,
He
Myers was
killed it with
okay.
what
He only
he had
had
like
like a few
150.
catches. Yeah, Bowers was incredible. And a touchdown. Um, I mean, yeah, Minshew was okay. 292 or 282 and 2 touchdowns. The run game is just non-existent.
Yeah,
You
the
had
defense is
Myers.
non-existent too.
You had Jacoby Myers with a 20-yard carry. You had Alexander Madison 5 for 19. Zamir White 5 for 9. They're missing Josh Jacobs in this offense terribly.
Yeah, they really are. And what was Myers' receiving line?
Not good. It was 4 for 28.
Okay, that's a little shocking. We thought his floor was a little higher than that. I know we got the bump from the 20-yard rush, but something to pay attention to going forward. I think if you have Myers.
Yeah, I think he bounces back. I mean, he's got some really good matchups coming up, but Brock Bowers is matchup proof. 13 for 126 and a touchdown.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be he could end the tight end one of the season. He's probably right there with
With the guy that didn't play
Kittle
today.
and
Yeah, he probably passed him.
yes, unfortunately,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, probably passed him. The Dolphins, though, I mean, Devon Achane looking great on the ground, 17 for 73 and a touchdown. You saw they gave Raheem Mostert 3 carries, and he ended with -2 yards. So I think he's done,
Yeah,
man.
Mostert's dust. I think you can drop him honestly.
Yeah, Jonnu Smith, 6 for
If I got
101
him
and
on
two
fantasy team, I'm moving
touchdowns.
on.
Tyreek Hill for 7 and 61 and a touchdown. This is what we saw. We saw coming. I don't think this says anything about the Dolphins. This is exactly what we expected. Um, the
They
problem
beat
for the
up on the bad
Dolphins,
teams. They crumble against strong teams.
yeah, and they're going to do it again next week against the Patriots because it's another bad team.
Yep,
And
I
you're going to
will
see
agree.
a dominant performance, and they're going to play the Packers, and that's in Green Bay Thursday night football. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know how good the Packers are.
Oh man, I can't wait to get to the Packers.
That's a lot. We have a lot to talk about there. But that's what's next. The Packers and the Bears. Um, what are your thoughts, man? Are the Packers? The Packers deserve to lose this game.
Yeah, they did. They just played terrible. I mean, Jaden Reed had the touchdown early. The first reception was a touchdown. And you're like, man, I'm about to get a phenomenal fantasy day out of Jaden Reed, and then just disappears. He continues to disappear. I don't know what he is on the year, but he's definitely cooling off from his 30-point game from week one. Josh Jacobs was good. What did he have?
He was
He had a
18
pretty
for
good day today.
76 and a touchdown. Yeah, it was a good game, and he had 4 for 58 on
Pretty
the air
solid.
through the air too. 4 for 58 through the air.
Yeah, he played pretty well. And
Yeah, it's a great
Jordan
game.
Love, I mean, I don't know. We knew it was going to be tough for Jordan Love, but oh, that's right. They did end up winning that game. For some reason, I thought they lost that game by one
They
point,
did
but no,
not
they
deserve to
won
win
that
it.
game.
Yeah, they did not deserve to win.
They did not deserve to win
They
that
had
game.
the
That's right,
block
because it was
field
the block
goal.
kick at the end. Yeah, the block kick at the end bailed them out. Green Bay, I mean, this is scrappy, man. The divisional, we know how it is. I mean, the 49ers and the Seahawks. Anything happening in the NFL? Caleb Williams looks a little bit better in this game.
He did. He didn't look terrible. This is exactly why, though, I started Bo Nix over Jordan Love. But Caleb Williams, 231 for 0 touchdowns and 0 picks. You're not winning games not throwing touchdowns. He got to the goal line twice. They scored 2 touchdowns, and then, well, that was the end of it. I mean, he missed DJ Moore on a lot, and I don't know. I think it was a very okay performance from Caleb Williams, which I guess you'll take an okay performance over a bad performance, but
A terrible performance. Yeah,
this is
I'd
not
agree
this
with
is
that.
not what you
DeAndre
want out of your
Swift had
first round
70
draft
and a
pick.
touchdown, right?
Yeah, he had 71 and 1 touchdown, and Roshan Johnson was 10 for 33 and a touchdown.
Yeah, Roshan Johnson getting a lot of goal line work in that game.
Yeah, Caleb Williams did have 9 carries for 70 yards. He looked good whenever he decided to run. Like his decision making was good, but just a lot of misses. Like I swear I saw DJ Moore running wide open across the field 4 times, 5 times.
Yeah.
So,
But no, I think Jordan
Yeah.
Love is going to have better days going forward. I think you saw his floor today against the toughest matchup against quarterbacks in fantasy. Chicago's secondary is really, really good. I think we saw that today. I think going forward, though, for Jordan Love, he's in. He's going to win championships in fantasy. He's got a lot of weapons. Christian Watson showed out today. I feel like we should
Yeah,
have
four
talked
for
about that.
150. 4 for 150. He should have scored, dude. I feel like he should have scored on a few of those drives, but he just couldn't get out. They
Yeah,
couldn't break away. Yeah, but the Packers, they got a lot to figure out before the playoffs come. They're 7-3. They'll probably be in the playoffs, but the problem is they play the 49ers, then they play the Dolphins, then they play the Lions, then they play the Seahawks.
yeah, it's an interesting stretch, but I think it's a stretch they can as a 7-3 team. They got an identity. They win games. They're well coached. Sometimes it feels like the Packers make things harder than it has to be. Sometimes Philly has that tendency,
Yeah.
like they win the game and it's scrappy, but they make the plays when they need to make the plays. And I think that's what this Green Bay Packers can. They can make plays in tough games and tight games. Be interesting to see what happens with them in the playoffs because Green Bay versus Detroit is going to be so much fun.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. The Falcons went to Denver, and they saw what that defense was about.
God, dude, Kirk Cousins turned back into old pumpkin Kirk Cousins.
I don't think he was ever a pumpkin, but he is now. He was at least holding.
He
one.
is now. Yeah, yeah. Not like I'm not talking about like Kirk Cousins from this season because he's been pretty good so far, but the Kirk Cousins you would see like in prime time that would just like lock up and just play terribly. Saw some Michael Penix Jr. in this game, but I think the big story was just Bo Nix. He extends plays. He can. That play to Sutton against AJ Terrell was phenomenal.
4 touchdowns.
Sutton high points the ball. I mean, Bo Nix fits so well with the Sean Payton offense. And like, what's the ceiling for Denver?
They're 6-5, and coming out of the bye week. I'm sorry, they had a bye week way earlier in the season. Coming off the loss to the Chiefs. They have not the worst schedule. I mean, you got the Raiders and the Raiders and the Browns next. That's 2 wins to me. Then you have the Colts.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a win. And then you got the Chargers on the road, divisional game. That's a very tough game.
That's
but
a 50-50 game. Divisional game.
You got the Bengals on the road, and then the Chiefs again at home. This is a playoff team to me.
They're starting to look like it. I mean, what did they come down from? They were like what, 1-3 or something.
Yeah, I think it started off pretty rough. I mean, you had Bo Nix playing rough at the start. They lost to the Seahawks. They lost to the Steelers. Beat the Bucks. Beat the Jets. So they were 2-2, 3-2, 3-3. It's not been bad. They've been back and forth.
Okay, Sean Payton's starting to he's building an identity with Bo Nix, and Cortland Sutton's making plays. They look good, man. That defense is for real.
Yeah, Javonte Williams with 2 touchdowns today. He only had 1. It was a 1-yard touchdown, but for some reason I thought he had a second.
What was the Aldrich estimate stat line?
Not good. 6 for 16. And 3 catches for 9.
We told you to sit him.
Yeah, you can't trust that. You can't trust that.
Travis Etienne. Yes. Yeah. That's a player, you never listen to the coaching staff say we want to give this player more targets.
Yeah,
usually doesn't work out great.
Javonte was 9 for 59 and a touchdown. He had 4 catches, 28 yards. But, dude, Nate Adkins, our boy, touchdown. Bo Nix, balling out of control. You know who Nate Adkins is, right?
He played at Carolina?
Yeah, he was the tight end at Carolina that forced the fumble against Clemson on the kick that won us the game.
That's right. Yes.
Touchdown today. Love to see.
He got in the end zone today.
Love to see a winner. Love to see a winner win. We love to see winners win.
Love to see it.
And that guy's a winner.
That's
man.
what we saw yesterday.
He's going to be at Applebee's with his family this weekend, or after this weekend.
For sure. Yeah. Aldrich Estime, who was like the new hotness for the week,
The hurdle.
Glad people said him.
Did you see the
glad
hurdle,
people
though?
said him. You said what?
The hurdle that Aldrich Estimate had.
Oh, I missed that. No.
He jumped clear over the defender for a first down.
Was it like it wasn't as good as the Saquon's, was it?
No, it wasn't. No, I mean, what is? No,
That's
Aldrich
bad.
Estimate running full speed. The dude wasn't even really trucking. He jumped. He cleared him and landed and ran for the first down. It was a very good play by the rookie. It makes you be like, yeah, I want to have this guy, in more. Kyle Pitts, terrible. That's a product of Kirk Cousins.
What was the style? He had one catch
for 9 yards.
I mean, he can do it to you.
Yeah, he can.
He has the tendency to just come up and just give a goose. And you know what? It always happens when Kirk Cousins is having his time too.
Is Kyle Pitts a drop candidate?
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't drop him just yet. I think it's a guy you move to the bench. I wouldn't drop Kyle Pitts.
The thing is, if I drop Kyle Pitts, nobody's picking him up. Nobody in the top 6 is picking him up.
I might would pick him up.
I'll let you do that. That's a landmine for you.
Send him to the waiver wire then.
So it's a landmine for you. Yeah,
I just need 1 week. I just need the right week.
Darnell Mooney, 2 for 27. Drake London had an okay game. It was 3 for 61. Brandon McLeod, the leading receiver, 6 for 46. Sorry, he wasn't the leading receiver, but he had the leading targets.
Yeah, the whole offense just struggled, man. Denver it was their day. I think Atlanta's going to bounce back, though. This is just a bad day for them. Just like Denver got beat terribly by Baltimore, like 41-10 or whatever.
And then almost beat the Chiefs the week
They
after.
bounce back today. The Falcons will bounce back. They'll have better days.
They will. But I think the biggest takeaway from this game is that Bo Nix he's legit, man. 49ers and the Seahawks. The Seahawks with the upset. What happened?
Yeah, man. Does it surprise me? No. I mean, this San Francisco team doesn't know how to finish games. You see it at the Super Bowl. You see it from time to time, like against Cleveland last year. They just in divisional games they tend to struggle. I mean, how do we feel about the 49ers going forward? Do they make it as a wild card team? Can they? They definitely can win the division. It's up in the air. I mean, it's going to come down to the last week probably because all these teams are so close. But
what you're seeing is a hurt Christian McCaffrey. He's not fully healthy. You can see it out there. He's not the guy that can get into the end zone anytime he wants. He's not the guy that goes in there and scores for you every week.
Yeah, they really give a lot of carries in this game too.
You saw them using Jordan Mason today, and Jordan Mason looked amazing. I don't know. I think they need to slow the roll with Christian McCaffrey, but they need him though. They need him bad right now.
Yeah, this could. I don't think it will, but Jordan Mason, they could start to give him more carries. He's a good back. I mean, he was leading. He was like a top 5 in the league and rushing at the time. I mean, if you move on from that, no one really talks about moving on from that, but that's stability. I mean, that guy was playing very well. I know it's Christian McCaffrey, and you really, in theory, have to move on from that. But Christian McCaffrey hasn't really looked fully healthy, like you said.
Yeah, the biggest takeaway I have from this game is Christian McCaffrey's health is still in question, but Jawan Jennings, 10 for 91 and a touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 4 for 22 and nothing.
Yeah, Jawan Jennings is taking over that,
the number 1 wide receiver
that
role.
Brandon Ayuk role. And Jawan Jennings is a great route runner, and he's got great hands. And we've talked about how he's been a good football player this whole time. I mean, if you got Jawan Jennings, congratulations. But Deebo is going to have his days in this offense, just like Jawan Jennings will. And so will Kittle when he comes back, and so will McCaffrey. I am disappointed if I have Deebo Samuel, but there will be bigger days and better days for Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, you're right, but I think Jawan Jennings is the true number 1 in this offense right now. And you saw it whenever there was no Deebo and Ayuk, and he went off for 40 fantasy points. And now you see him this week go off for 20 and in a loss. In a game that you lost.
He's having a breakout.
Yeah, he's having a breakout. Yeah. So, like you said, congratulations. Christian McCaffrey, though, 19 for 79, 0 touchdowns. Brock Purdy vultured one on the goal line. That's
I think
tough.
McCaffrey's going to be fine. I think that he just hasn't played football in a while, and the game speed is just he's trying to adapt to the game speed. It's going to take him a couple games. It could take him, one or two more games, but I think he's going to get back right here in a few games. And it hasn't been abysmal, but especially the receiving game, I feel like he's been pretty productive. I don't know what the stat line was this
It was
game,
4 for
but
27.
he's looked good when he. Okay, not the worst, but
Nah.
I think he's going to get back to those 20-point games that everybody wants him to be at.
Yeah, the problem with the 49ers is that their schedule going forward is really hard. They got the Packers on the road.
Tough game.
They got the Bills on the road. Then they have the Bears at home.
Right now.
They have the Bears at home. They have the Rams at home. So 2 more tough games. Then they have the Dolphins on the road.
Yeah.
The Lions at home. And the Cardinals on the road to end the season. That sounds like to me the 49ers are dropping out of the playoffs.
That's what it sounds like to me. If they can continue to play like this, they're not going to make the playoffs for sure.
I mean, if they're not able to turn these drives into touchdowns, you're going to lose the game because your defense isn't holding up. Geno Smith drove the field and won the game for them against the 49ers.
Big win for Geno Smith, though. I mean, played pretty well.
The Cardinals are
won the game.
4-4, 6-4 Cardinals.
That whole division is going to be interesting how it turns out because here comes the Rams after losing to Miami, a team they should have beat. Let's be honest. The Rams just dropped that game, and I don't know. It'd be very interesting to see who wins this division. Who do you think wins this division?
I'm gonna say let's roll with the Rams winning the division, man. I don't
For me right now,
and I don't think James Conner's staying healthy.
I don't either, but the defense is playing better than we ever could imagine in Arizona right now. We don't even know any of the players other than Buda Baker in Arizona, and they're just playing well every week, kind of like the Washington's defense is.
Yeah.
Like just quietly, just chipping away, playing really well. I don't know. All these teams have their problems, but I guess I'll go Rams if they can stay healthy.
Yeah, that's kind of where
I think the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals can win it too.
And the 49ers and the Seahawks. Yeah, it's an equal division right now. It's an equal division.
Sure.
6-4. The rest is 5-5. The Cardinals don't have an easy road ahead of them either with those divisional games coming up. So, but yeah, I mean, Kenneth Walker. It was good to see him getting goal line work again. Zach Charbonnet looked terrible. He had one drive where it was like 0 yards, dropped a pass, and then they just took him out. They were like, "What are we doing?" They took him right out of the game. So, which Zach Charbonnet is that guy.
Yeah, he's looked terrible since he's arrived. And
yeah, he did fill in for that role. He can score. He can score a touchdown good, but
yeah.
JSN 10 for 110. DK Metcalf 7 for 7.
Yeah, great. Played great.
We called for this. We called for JSN being a good play. JSN's finally taken over the Tyler Lockett role. Tyler Lockett's probably done. This might be his last year.
Yeah, definitely. Or he'll go play, wide receiver 3 for some other team,
He'll go play wide receiver 3 for the
JSN looks
Chiefs.
phenomenal. So does DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf looks good. This offense has weapons, but sometimes it just feels like Geno holds them back, or like the O-line is just horrible at times.
Yeah. The center has been a big problem for this team all year.
I've seen 5 snapped over his head all year.
Yeah. It was like 2 in the Bills game, 2 last week, 1 this week. Like, dude just can't get it going. But Jason Myers, a kicker that can win you a game. He had 2 massive field goals in this game. One was like a 54-yarder. So it's nice. It's nice having a good kicker.
He's been there forever.
And speaking of not having good kickers, the Chiefs were missing theirs today, and they lost 21-30 to the Bills. We finally got to see what we've all been wanting to see. The Chiefs lose a game. We knew they weren't good. They're not as good as we think
It felt so nice.
that it shows. The record doesn't show how bad they are. And you saw Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes did not have a good game.
No, I threw like 2 or 3 picks, right?
Yeah, he was 196 for 3 touchdowns and 2 picks.
Wow. Kareem Hunt was underwhelming today, too. I mean,
Yeah, 14 for
Buffalo
60.
just proves it's hard to win in Buffalo. They're so physical. They just impose their will on teams, and they're gonna. Buffalo seems like they could go all the way to the Super Bowl too.
Yeah, they do.
Um,
You know that guy Travis Kelsey. Yeah, he was 2 for 8 on the day. Noah Gray though was 2 for 23 and 2 touchdowns.
Noah Gray's looked good all year, man.
He
He
has.
keeps finding. I don't know. Every time they go to him, I'm like, man, this could be the tight end on this team,
I don't know if
the
that's
number one
it
tight
is.
end.
I mean, you know what the Bills are. The Bills they have a lot of New England Patriots tendency where they're going to shut down one guy, and they shut down Travis Kelsey. I mean, Xavier Worthy was 4 for 61 and a touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins 3 for 29. That's what I expected. I don't believe in DeAndre Hopkins. He had the game, great. Now
Yeah,
let's see
he's
what
starting
reality.
to cool off for sure. You see, Xavier Worthy had that one bad miss. He was wide open on a catch and didn't get that second foot down. He really could have took it to the house on that play too if it was thrown a little bit better, but he was wide open. Um, Chiefs, yeah, well, I feel like they survive on amazing coaching, great quarterback play. I mean, I've seen Brady in those years he didn't have any weapons and he just managed the game really well where they were always in games. And Bill Belichick being a good coach won them games. That's what you're seeing here in Kansas City. But when you come up on a team that is also has good coaching but has better players, this is what happens.
What
You can't like a game manage your way to beat Buffalo when you're
well,
throwing 2 picks, you know?
yeah, we say that, but does the Bills actually have that many better players?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, who they had Amari Cooper show up today. That was
Oh, but
nice.
he
You know,
had, he
no
had 2
Kincaid.
catches. Yeah, Amari Cooper had 2 catches for 55. I mean, Khalil Shakir was 9 for 70. Curtis Samuel was 5 for 58, but
He played good.
yeah, 5 for 58 and a
Yeah.
touchdown. I mean, James Cook had the 2 touchdowns. He was 9 for 20 though. Josh Allen was the difference in this game. He threw 1 pick, and
He really was, man. I mean, he just makes plays in big moments.
yeah, he was the difference. I mean, Patrick Mahomes played a bad game, and that Buffalo defense is good, and so was the Kansas City defense, but it wasn't good enough to win today, and that's the problem.
Yeah, Buffalo looking strong going forward. When's this? Does this kick off at 8:15 or 8:25?
It is at 8:20, right in the middle.
Okay.
Chargers are starting the game right now. They're Chargers -1. That's the spread at home.
I think the Chargers win this game.
It's a must-win for the Bengals. So, with the Chiefs
It
losing,
definitely is.
it's a must-win for the Bengals. There's the wild card spot in the AFC is kind of wide open right now. I mean, between the Colts or the Dolphins or the Bengals. I mean, I don't really know who's taking those wild card spots, but we're in for a treat. We're in for a treat in the AFC.
Yeah, for sure. It was good to see Kansas City lose tonight. So you thinking Cincinnati wins tonight? Is that what you're
Yeah,
thinking?
give me Cincinnati to win, man. A road victory is what they need. You know, 2 just tough losses for the team. You go out there and you play Philly at home and just get flooded, 37-17. Then you go out there and beat the Raiders, but then you got to play the Ravens on the road. You lose by 1 point. That's 2 teams that you need to go your way, and it didn't. And they got swept by the Ravens, and then they got to make up these wins somewhere. I think this is a playoff team, and playoff teams find a way to win. Because if they don't win this week, they got the Steelers next week at home. But then they got Cowboys, Titans, Browns. So you win this week, and you're sitting in a decent spot to maybe make the playoffs. The problem is you got the Broncos and the Steelers for your last 2 games. So you have some must win. If you don't win this week, then you're probably out.
Yeah, I think the Chargers. Cincinnati is a team that's been up and down all year. The offense has been on fire for a while now. But teams that are inconsistent and tend to lose in pressured games don't really mesh well against teams who have an identity. And I think the Chargers have an identity. They're a consistent team. They know what they are. They know how to win games. And I think they're the better coach team. I think this is a team a game that Cincinnati can win, especially with Burrow. I mean, Burrow can go in and win any game in the NFL, against any team. But I like the Chargers tonight. This is going to be a fun one. I think it's a
Yeah, I
playoff
agree.
game. I think both of these teams are playoff.
It is, yeah. And for both of these teams to be playoff teams, we need the Bengals to win tonight. So
Right.
I like it. I think it's gonna be a great matchup, though. It wouldn't surprise me. The Chargers are at home; they're a well-coached team, and they're the favorite. So no, I don't know who's gonna win this game,
sure.
but I mean, this is a must-win for the Bengals, and I think they've got the team to come into Los Angeles and win this game. So that's they're about to kick off here in 5 minutes. So it's been a good show.
Man, it's been fun. Thanks for everyone for listening, and follow the DFS lineups that we're showing you on Sundays. We're hitting every week, man.
We're making you
The
money.
cash is hitting like crazy. The tournament lineups they're coming in. They're playing well. I mean, mine hit for a couple bucks today, so
Yeah,
I'll
as
take
long as
it.
you're
We're
getting
really
cash
trying
in
to
your
hit the big
tournament
dollar,
lineups, you're doing all right. Yeah, I mean, I was 3 or 4. I made all my money back. I put in four $3 tournaments, and I made $15 off of my tournament lineup. So we made $3 on tournaments and 25 on cash. So not too bad.
pretty good. Always good to get a profit, dude. Good luck. Good luck tonight in all your fantasy leagues, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. See you guys.